موقع صوت المسيح الحر www.free-christian-voice.net يقدم.
Born as the firstborn to a Muslim family. My dad is the Imam of the mosque, and I have studied to become a Muslim evangelist. That was kind of a free study that I did in my life after I got my degree. In our tradition, we were kind of a conservative Muslim family. During the months of Ramadan, as all Muslims know, that we tend to, what we say, Khatm al-Quran. It means that recite the whole Quran during the month of Ramadan. But we used to do it differently. We used to do it, my father and I, we used to do it 5 times. That's how I got to recite the Quran and be one of the reciters by the age of 12. I have recited most of the Hadith, the Sahih Bukhari and some of Sahih Muslim and Sunan Abu Dawood and Sunan Ibn Majah. I started Musnad Ahmed, but at this time I kind of got to join the military service. My life as a Muslim was a devout Muslim, believed in one God and Muhammad as his messenger, the last and the most honorable of the messengers. And I believe that the people of the book, which is Jews and Christians, are people that went astray and they did not believe what God has sent them in the last revelation. I used to tell them that you have the Old Testament and the New Testament, but you never believed in the last testament, which is the Quran. And I used to argue with them that where did Jesus come from? In the Quran it says that Jesus is not God, and he is going away with this. And he said in Surah Al-Ma'idah, he has nothing to do with this. He said, no, Subhanaka لم أقل إلا ما علمتني فلما توفيتني كنت أنت عليهم رقيبا حسيبا. This is what I knew about Jesus Christ. He has nothing to do with what the Christians claim. And I spent most of my life believing this, and I was evangelizing Muslim Christians to bring them to Islam, to get them to the truth. And sometimes I was part of a group like Takfir and Hijra. I was in a Muslim brotherhood. I was very active in promoting the faith of Islam all over the country that I was born in. And my goal was, and my dream was, to die as a martyr for Allah. During a trip of mine outside my country, I was kind of walking around, and some people came and asked me for direction. And when I gave them the direction, they noticed from my accent where I'm from. We kind of tend to have a big accent, and they started to talk to me in Arabic, and I answered them back, and they asked me, what's your name? I told them my name is Ahmed, and they invited me for lunch and give me a ride where I'm going as well. So I accepted and went with them. And during the conversation it came up that I love reading, which is true. I love reading. If you wanna curse me out, just write it on a paper and I'll read it. So when I mentioned that, one of them, who's a philosophy professor, gave me a book and put his business card inside, and the book name was Mere Christianity, written by C.S. Lewis. My English was not that good to read such a book, but I got a dictionary, and I have few friends that when I find a hard word that I cannot understand, I call up and try to put it all in the context. And at this time, when I realized how blasphemous the book is, and how idolatry in it, that they put many gods with gods and all this stuff, I just got mad at those people. I was kind enough with you to show you the direction, and I shared with you a lot. I even offered to pay for lunch and everything, and yet you gave me such a blasphemous book. So I decided, well, it's a sign from Allah, because I have forgotten my duty. I'm not here to play. I should be telling them about the faith of Islam, because it is written in the hadith that if one person comes to Islam through me, it's better for me than the whole world and heavens combined together. So what I'm waiting for? So I decided to talk to them about Islam and bring them to the true faith, all of them. And they dreamed about the time that I'm going to be with them, and we're going to burn their Bibles in celebration, embracing Quran, embracing Islam. While I was talking to those people, I started to see how loving they are. I saw their love for no reason. They didn't ask anything of me. They just loved me for no reason. And I was so arrogant toward them. I was so bad toward them. I even lied to them. I was ruthless. I was as bad as you can say with them, but they were always facing me with a smile. They always presented what we call now the truth with love. And one of the times I got into a fight with some of friends, and I promised to kill one of them, a Muslim friend. And I left. At this time I left with my only shirt and pants, and it was 17 inches of snow. And I'm just walking in the street, and while I'm walking, a pickup stops, and a big guy inside of it tell me to hop in. I was freezing, so I jumped in the car and kind of fell asleep. By the time he tapped on my shoulder and said, "This is your home." So I didn't think of it, and I said, "Oh, thank you." And I tried to offer him money, but he said, "No, it's between me and Jesus." So I told him, "Well, thank you." And I tried to turn around to open the door, but I forgot my coat and stuff where I was, and I don't have the keys, and I didn't want to look stupid in front of him. So the guy looked at me and said, "Listen, Jesus loves you." And I did with a mockery sound, said, "Yeah, I love him too."